Sumbala, Cheng Chanchu Lam Joga Ni, Cheng Dunga Chita Chunya, Danzing Mungul Chudu Tom. Chanchu Sim Ji, Lam Du Sheva Juna Chichilo Shis.
Thirdly, transform adversity into the path to awakening. May the precious masters grant their blessings, so that whatever adversity and sufferings may arise, I see them as the wiles of this demon, ego clinging, and transform them into the path towards awakening.
So practice of Dharma, it should help us in our day-to-day problems. And when we face in our life difficulties, that time if we can implement the teachings we have received and the practice that we have learned, then we are using our practice properly. So the one who practices Lojong has to know how to implement the practice when the circumstances arise, so that it should not bother us in our mundane life also. So it is said that from whatever angle we look, always what we consider the problem, it is always due to our self-cherishing or ego clinging, which is known as the I. And Nagarjuna said, first we cling to oneself as I. Once we have this I, then we'll have mind. Then once we have mind, yes. Mind, then from there onwards, the suffering of the samsara circle around. So again, we do a little bit analytical meditation to sort of do research on this so-called I, which is we consider as very, very important. And we usually say, my things, this belongs to me, mine. Then similarly we say, my clothes belongs to me. Similarly we say, my body, it belongs to me. You don't say, I the body, you say, my body. And if you ask, who is this mind? Then usually we say, oh, that's the mind. Usually we say it's mind, but then we also say that my mind. You don't say I mind. So it sounds like there is someone else besides the mind itself. So you don't say I body, you don't say I hand, we always say my hand, my body. Then who is this mind? Usually you say the mind, but mind also you say my mind. You don't say the I mind. So we separate between I and the mind also. So I is kind of a label, but if you sort of do a little, you don't need a very deep philosophical understanding. Even if you do a little kind of thinking, it's quite clear that we are not sure about who is this I. But now, in a modern time, we found the iPhone, iWatch, iPad. And then the father or mother comes and says, I paid for everything. Yeah, so I think it's very helpful to do little spend time, because Whenever we face a problem, or even if we feel some criticism from people, oh, it's criticizing me, the I knows something. Once we label this I, then we cherish, becomes very important. So it's worthwhile to do some analytical thinking. I like, usually I make this example. If you find a beautiful Chinese vase, very expensive, in the window, shopping mall window, a beautiful Chinese vase, very expensive. And then the cleaning lady, she's cleaning the window, and then she pushed the vase and breaks. Oh, it's such a beautiful, expensive vase. So we feel sad. Now same scenario, either you bought that vase or someone gave it to you. So now our sticker I has been stuck to this vase. My. Then cleaning lady comes and breaks. Then it's catastrophe. It's not funny. I thought it was quite funny. Anyway. I'm just trying to make a point. It's the same scenario, one with I and one without I. One with is mine, one is not mine. So once we label I, then anything happens, it becomes a big deal. Yeah. So the point here in the teaching is trying to say that whenever we face a difficult situation or something like that, without blaming others, we should always try to understand that because our so much attached to this self-cherishing I, then everything becomes big deal. So this is what is trying to say in the teaching here. So not blaming others, and then understanding because we have clinging to this I, notion of I, and that's why we face a lot of difficulty in life. So this is, let's say, this kind of attitude that we have to try to develop. Because this is a method to train our mind, right? So usually if someone who doesn't understand Lojong practice, then their attitude will be different. So someone who trying to implement Lojong into day-to-day life, then our attitude should be not like the regular people, because we are trying to use this to train our mind. So I think, of course, now we live in a challenging world. We live especially in competitive world, and many of you are kind of involved in business. So of course you cannot say, let everything go and say, oh, there's no I. You cannot. It's not possible to do that. But I think our attitude, how we handle the problem, that I think should be different. You know, in the war also, in some wars, they're shooting at each other. So when the enemy shoot and hit you, it's more painful. Saying, enemy shoot me. But the same that is called friendly shoot. By mistake, your friend shoot you. Oh, it's painful, but this is my friend. He didn't mean it. So it's less painful. Both will cut you, both hurt you, but your attitude is different. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. I think this kind of attitude is really helpful, not even in daily life situation. My personal experience, I'm taking care of monastery. So I have a lot of young, naughty monks. So I used to get very angry at them and scold them. Then it makes me very tired and I get so much tense. But then I found a skill. I don't have to get angry, but I pretend to get angry. Just show like angry. You don't get angry, then you don't feel stress. But the problem is solved. That's also skill, isn't it? It's mind training. But in your situation, many of you are company CEOs and like that. There are times you feel you have to be a little bit tough and rough. Doesn't mean that you really have to, that has to have an anger in it. You can just pretend to be a little bit. And then you're not stressed, and they are afraid, your problem is solved.